Welcome to Ask the Expert. Today, we're meeting with Mike Clark of Corman & Company, our local real estate legal professionals. He'll be answering all of our technical questions about the ins and outs of doing a real estate transaction. I'm Matt Emerson, and together we want to help you navigate your real estate journey. So Mike, what's the difference between joint tenants and tenants in common, and why does it have nothing to do with renting?
Right. So basically what you're looking at is the way that you're legally taking ownership of the property. So this is for two people. So if you've got, say, a married couple on title to a home or a condominium, what is their legal ownership? What rights do they have as against each other? So you've really got two major options. You've got joint tenants, and I will explain that very simply as last man standing wins. So in that particular circumstance, each person owns jointly. The first person to go will leave their interest directly to the surviving person on title.
So typically a matrimonial home would be joint tenants.
Exactly. Okay. Because you want a smooth transition, particularly if they're kids. You don't want to have to wait for the court to basically go through the probate process. Right. And you know, it can take ages. There can also be unusual circumstances in there. Right. If one of the partners left their share of the house to a totally different party, like there can be a surprise if the wills are not updated. Yeah. So. You have to be careful about that, but generally I recommend that couples, particularly if they're married, go on title as joint tenants just to smooth that transition. Right on. And the last survivor, they are the ones that would deal with that house in their will. Right. Right.
It just kind of falls from one to the other.
Exactly.
So how's tenant in common? How does that differ?
So that's going to be different in the sense that each person on title owns their own distinct share from the other person. So what that means is if somebody dies, their little chunk of the property will pass into their estate and then get dealt with according to their will. Right. So their will may not leave their piece to the other guy on title. Right on. That's fine. That's what it's meant to do. So this is more like if you're two investors purchasing a property, or you're, you know, it happens every now and then. You have brother, sister, or a parent, child, owning a property together. Then they're probably going to go tenants in common. Right on. But you've got to make sure what's in that will. So
surprise.
So that's basically more money for me. You talk to your lawyer to make sure that your will corresponds with what is going on with your real estate, because that's often people's largest asset, and you want to make sure that if somebody dies, that the transition is as seamless and smooth as possible. You don't want to be caught out by that difference, because it can really cause a big problem if somebody goes unexpectedly. Yeah,
and you know, it's great to understand that there are choices, and there are different ways of setting up ownership inside a property. And this is where someone like Mike and his team are invaluable, especially up front in the planning stages for whatever your housing needs are and the ownership options you want to explore. Mike, thank you so much for sharing.
No problem. Hi, I'm Mike Clark. I'm a lawyer with Corman & Company. We're a family-owned law firm in the city of Toronto. We serve our clients buying and selling residential real estate, commercial real estate in the Greater Toronto area, and we would be very happy to be of service to you.